guys, and welcome back to budget review number 14. So this one is a lot better than last week, and you're gonna get to see all the crazy stuff that happened right after we did the video for last week. So for those of you who are new, I picked the Hemlock and Oak 2023 Daily Planner. I absolutely love this little beefy planner here. It's absolutely gorgeous, but it is also small and mighty. I went ahead and got the monthly date thingies and put the little tabs on there, and it's kind of like having my own little budget briefcase. It's like a mini Filofaxer. I don't even know. Like this thing holds a lot. So let's see what happened since we were last on here for Icky number 13. Uh, I have actually paid the platinum card off. It is done. I mean, granted, I have it highlighted till tomorrow, which is Sunday, but I mean, we're filming on Saturday because tomorrow's Easter Sunday, so we're just doing this a day ahead of time. But trust me, guys, he is done with, and I feel so relieved over that. And we do have a new enemy in town. It is Gazelle, and I'm feeling really hopeful about this one. This one should be taken care of by the end of April. It's puny compared to the platinum card. So we are actually like on really like a good pace here. So this is how I used my 2 years at a glance. Basically I did my debt payoff projections that I got from the Stebit.com or the what's the debt payoff planner app. It has a little dove and a little olive branch in his mouth. Why they name these things two different things, I'm not quite sure. I call it Stebit just because I always use it on my computer, but I do have a link to that down in the description. I highly recommend it. It pretty much takes your giant mess like this and gives you a nice little list with projected dates, which I did write and highlight in pink. And so, like, as we can see, like for 2023, I was projected to have Walmart done in January, which I did, and I highlighted when I was paying it off in blue. The next account would have been Kohl's. I was projected to have that paid off in March, and I got it taken care of halfway through February. The next one was supposed to be the Capital Platinum card, but something happened with Best Buy, and I just decided, you know what, I'm just using my shop funds, so that thing's taken care of. So he was projected in May, but we got that taken care of in February, and then that's whenever I moved on to the Platinum card, which, this was the toughest one that I've had to pay off so far. Like these were all the, like, I mean, don't get me wrong, like when you are doing the extra payments, it does kind of suck because you know that you could have had those funds. I mean, I'd rather keep them and use them for what I want instead of paying this off. But at the same time, like it was still kind of fun paying these off because it's like, oh, you could see the balance going down, and this one like literally beat the crap out of me. And like I don't know if I had what I wanted to pay off per week, if that was too high, if just maybe my expenses were just more for the month of March. I'm not quite sure. Like, it's almost like we had the perfect storm. And so March was very tricky. It's supposed to be in like a line, out like a lamb. That thing just, it went in like a lamb because I was like, yeah, man, like we just got 3 of these done. It roared like a very angry, hungry lion by the end of March. But we we got that taken care of. Like I told Jins, like I started noticing it. I mean, you are still going to get some whiplash at the end of that, but once you notice what's happening, you just do some things and it makes it stop. So we're back in a good place. So I mean, that's nice. We survived March. March was a deathly month. Okay, so this is how I use my year at a glance. I start off with the focus account that I'm going to be paying off. If I do pay it off, I highlight it in red. If not, we used a little arrow and it just carries on for the next month. So, like, as you can see, everything else was nice. And then we hit that platinum card and it was just like bam, bam, bam. You know, just bye-byes. platinum. I'm done with you. So that's nice. I don't have to ever look at that thing ever again. And now we're moving on to the gazelle. And so the next thing that I did is I took all my paydays, I listed them in green. Birthdays are in a bright blue. If there's like any large expenses, I have them in the dark blue. Of course, taxes are in that green. What do we got? We got holidays, so Easter's tomorrow, so see? And I told you I paid that thing off, so see, there it is. He's gone. And okay, so yeah, holidays are purple. The vehicle expenses that most people do forget about, your inspections, your driver's license, plate renewals, those are going to be in orange. And any large sums of money coming in and out, so that would be my yellow. So that's how I'm using this year at a glance. It's kind of like a little central hub. And then that brings me to this wonderful page. It's like a love-hate relationship with this page. So I originally started out with just wanting to list off the balances because I was like, okay, if you're going to be paying off your debt and setting off, or I guess not setting off, I'm still trying to think of the words, guys. Again, I'm not really good at these like live voiceovers, so I do apologize for that. I'm probably going to sound extremely dyslexic because I am. And okay, so basically, I wanted to see what the starting amount was because you can't really make a plan to pay off your debts if you don't know what your debt is. That's what I was trying to say. And so, like, I'm doing the snowball method. So we're starting at the smallest amount to the largest amount. It's just I had to tweak mine a little bit. It would be these guys right here. They had to get tweaked because these were the 0% offers. And I had to get them paid before the 0% offer expires. So that's why they're out of order, because CapQ should have been right after Gazelle. So it's kind of like intimidating a little bit, but at the same time, it's nice knowing that these bigger ones are going to go. So, I mean, like, once I'm done paying these things off, like, that's going to be nothing. Like, even the 1,000 is going to be nothing compared to paying off the 4. And, like, I know what you're saying, like, oh god, that one almost killed you right there. No, because I have created a little list. Let me get it, because I'm really excited over this. Because because that has been making me nervous, but I did actually take the time out to figure out, like, okay, we have this amount of time left. This is when these things, so I do have, when they need to be paid. So I went ahead, because, I mean, I dish out 100 on these anyways per month. They're like only 25, but they're 0%. So I've been dishing 100 just to get rid of the stupid things. And so, like, in April, I would only go 400 on City. So I know I'm going to make the 100 payment. And of course, Gazelle's going to be taken care of. So in May, I will be able to give the extra 200, which is going to be that 50, 50, 50, 50, because I'm not doing any more than 50 on my extra payments now. So that's where the 200's coming from. So City should be paid off by the very last, like right before May ends. So that's nice. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to take that $100 I was putting on City, and we're going to start pumping it onto Discover along with that 200, because remember, we got 50, 50, 50, 50. So that's going to give me a nice 400 there. I did end up with 1,000 at the end. Okay. And we can see it's due on the 11th. So technically I would have owed $1,000 on that on January 7th. It's not happening, guys. Like, I wish it would, but it's not going to happen. But I do need to keep that in mind of, like, I'm either going to have to, like, put this on another balance transfer, or that's something for me, like, to use, like, the cash that I'm, like, saving up per month, like my daily savings. That's $1,800, so I could even cover it with that, which, I mean, would kind of really suck because I like my savings for my savings, but worst case scenario, I know I'm gonna have it for that. And then I started remembering, like, okay, like, you have these things right here. Okay, and I do use them for rent, but again, I could always take the 500 from that, 500 from that, and that gives me the 1,000. So that's also a possibility. And I mean, that's why I really like these sheets right here. This is something that I've never actually done before in any of my budgeting. I've done kind of something like this, but I've never been able to like actually like look at the money like long term. I've maybe only did like 3 months in advance. So this is actually kind of nice. And once I got to see this written out, and it's like, holy crap, it is doable. Um, this $4,000 thing right here actually doesn't look that scary now. It is kind of scary knowing that that's a lot of freaking money. I mean, that is 4,000 that I could pump out in a year on one card. But again, it's done. And I know, because you're like, what's that other 400? We're in April, so, you know, the 1, 2, 3, 4, okay? So, I mean, it's 0% too, but, like, maybe there's going to be, like, $39, $40. My God, I could take care of that. Like, that's nothing. Nothing compared to 4,000. So, that's how I started using this page. And I did start checking them off because, we're starting to get to the amount now of where I'm like, okay, who's paid and who's not. I am adding up everything that I'm paying towards my debt at the end of the month. It's just easier. So I write that down there. And I am divvying these up by 105. I know it says 104.99, but I'm just simplifying the math and doing 105. And then we just color in a little block on Detrus and see, you know, what type of month we had. So, like, January is around my normal, about 1,000, killing off the debt there. February was a blessing month. I got 1,600 off. And of course, March was the pooper month. We didn't even reach 1,000. So I'm shooting for 1,000 or more for April. And like I said, I mean, it seems to be going well. We are right on track again. So I'm really thinking that we're going to get another month like January. And, whew, oh my God, I almost need like a breath breather there. You know, actually, I think I'm gonna take a break, just to get a drink in that, and this way, you guys don't have to hear me cough. All right, guys. Okay, I got my hydration in. I think I'm ready for the next part of this. Thank you so much for the break. I need it. My little voice is not used to talking for this long. I could never be a public speaker. So, this now brings us into the April monthly view, and it's just simply I just took all my bills, utilities, credit card payments. Those are all highlighted in purple. Anything that is optional or like an additional payment that I don't really have to pay, it's I'm choosing to pay those. Those are highlighted in yellow. So, like my April goal of the daily savings, which is $5 a day, 30 days, so that's 150. I just split it into two installments of 75. So 75 will be coming out then and 75 there. So I did the first one of that, which I will have to remember to go over. Okay, I do have my no credit card tracker. I did catch up with the usage. I did start using them. I know, like I told you, March got pretty crappy. Okay, it did. But for February, you see, I made it the whole month of February, didn't touch them. Or, well, January, February, we didn't touch them. And then Martha. March just got it got real crappy towards the ends, okay? Like this right here, I call the tornado week. It just killed my budget, and like I said, I was definitely taking out too much for the extra payment. Plus I got hit with taxes, and yeah. So yeah, we had to break out the credit cards. Normally I would have been like, oh, thank God, like I'm so happy for this, and I'm disgusted by it because you've seen like how hard I've been working to pay them off. I don't want to accumulate more debt. I don't. So, of course, that followed through with this because payday's not until the 7th. So, yeah. But, I mean, whatever I did use on those, it wasn't nothing extremely crazy. It's not like I went out and bought an exercise bike or bought a vehicle or, you know, a bunch of crap that I technically don't need. It was, groceries, gasoline, that type of thing. And it is covered with these funds. And I'm gonna have to say, like, it feels pretty good knowing that I don't like using them. So, oh, excuse me, water burps. And, so, it is a good feeling. It's a good feeling that that is not a normal feeling now. Uh, okay, so the next thing would have been is, again, I was pretty angry that I did not get to pay off the Capital card because I had to skip this payment here. I couldn't do it. I just seriously couldn't do it. I had to pay the bills. Bills come first. So I got that thing taken care of. So I had an extra payment on Saturday. And I have the extra payment going in for Sunday. I just went ahead and paid them together. I already had it marked on here, but I wanted to mark it on Saturday, so that's why they're split. And they do come from different funding sources, which you'll see once I go through the daily pages. Not the daily savings, the daily pages. So now that moves us into paying off Gazelle, and I don't know if it's because I calculated this last month, but like for some reason I got the 6, 12, 18, so it's like 180 some. I've already paid the 40, and I believe so maybe it was this payment right here, but I really only owe like 120 on this thing right now. So I don't even have to do the 60 payments. So I mean that's kind of cool. I think I really only owe like 100, 120 on it. So that's gonna be like just, yeah, that's why I said, like, I'm not even concerned about paying off Gazelle. I know that thing's going to be taken care of by the end of the month, and we can move on to the next one. Um, I did get a little crazy towards the end of last month, so I do need to pay off the tans that I purchased that I didn't need to purchase, but I did because I was feeling crappy about my situation. So those are due on the 25th. So I just split it up, and whenever I know that it's safe and it's not going to cause any harm, that's when those are coming out. But either way, it has to be taken care of on the 25th. There's no other excuse for it. These little things here, I got these from a budget extension pack. I love them. They're like little sticky notes. And so when I originally had this made up, I had it like right here. So, I mean, it's nice because you could just pick them off and peel them. But, okay, so I had one to Rium. He would have been coming out on the 10th, so next Monday. I went ahead and looked at it, and it's like, it's nice to have in the winter. I don't need that. I don't need it for what's coming up. So he's canceled, so I don't have to worry about that. The next one would have been Curiosity. This guy would have been due on the 13th. And it's funny because if you would have asked me which one I would have been keeping, I would have told you, yeah, I'm keeping Wonder Rim. Curiosity can go. And I had no idea that it's only $20 a year. So it's like $1 a month. A little over. It's like $1.50, $2 at the most. I mean, there are some good things on it, and then you could go through like a whole 4 months and there's nothing on it. But, I mean, I figure for the $20 a year, I'm pretty sure I'm going to get my $20 worth out of it. So I am going to keep that one going. And you know what? I do need the date on this thing. Do need the date so that I know to look for it. So I am going to keep that Post-it note right there. Because I know he's coming out somewhere. Okay, so that pretty much sums up our monthly view. And... okay, let's take a look at this here. So the last time I would have did a video would have been for this, and I was pretty angry. I couldn't do an extra payment or nothing because I was still trying to get my budget to do what it's supposed to do. So that means, you know what? Were you guys part of the power outage? I don't remember that. I do not remember. I think I recorded this video Saturday in the morning, and It was right before the power outage. But then again, I can't no, it was after the power outage. You guys. So, we're just gonna start on this just so that we could see like what April's turning into. So yeah, March was bad. We start the first day of April. Power goes out for 18 hours. Of course, I had just went grocery shopping, right? And thankfully, it was only 30 some dollars worth. So I had to redo some grocery shopping. So pretty much I threw all that out. Just realized like I'm I don't even care for the rest of the week. I was just disgusted. So I only got milk, and there was like one more item I got. I'm not quite sure why I have an arrow there. I have no idea what I was. I think I was just gonna write that it's on the Discover card. But yeah. So this is why I won't allow myself to mark that I did not use the cards. So the little dots that you're seeing, that means I charged it. That is on a card. And I use a dot because it's easier to just draw a line through it and say like, oh, I paid it off, so now it's a minus. The reason, even though like you could see the majority of them, like the Discover ones, those are checked off, they're done. The reason why I'm not allowing myself to do the no cards is because I didn't pay them off on that day. I paid those off on my payday. Just because you're about to see this thing start going down again. And, well, JCP, I still need to pay you. Bad habits, guys. Bad habits are very difficult to break, but I am on the right path here. And again, I skipped that extra payment. So this is all the new stuff here. So, of course, you know, we go with the whole power outage thing. Then I gotta buy Taco Bell, and then I gotta rebuy the groceries. So again, like, this is real life here, guys. You are not gonna see a fancy budget in this video. You're gonna get to see how to juggle real life. And so I'm like, what's next? You know, like, what's next? What's gonna happen now? Yeah, my wireless charger broke. Of course, it's right before I gotta go to work on Monday. I've only had like 4 hours of sleep. I'm angry. I'm hungry. I'm cold. Weekend sucked. And now my wireless charger breaks. It is a big deal because that's the charger that I need to charge the thing that's filming right now. I can't plug it in. So I'm like, come on, man, because like I only have to go to work Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and then I'm off for Easter break, spring break, and that is when I do the majority of my filming and creating and that. And now the wireless charger breaks, and I'm like, so yes, I did get one through Amazon. I still have to pay that thing off, but to me that was a necessity because I do enjoy doing these. And I do make a little bit of a side income by doing this. So that, yeah, I mean, it's just like, come on, like that's 1, 2, 3 blows in the first 3 days of April. So I'm like, oh God, like April's gonna suck. So, okay, now we get to Tricky Tuesday here. So, of course, like I told you, like I'm beat, I'm mentally beat, I'm physically beat. So it's like, no, I did not wake up early enough to cook my own lunch. I had to be a little creative here because I'm really not supposed to be spending on the drive-thrus and that, because again, I'm trying to keep my funds from going down, and I don't like using the cards. So Burger King was having a really good deal. You got a free fry. I had my reward, so I got a free cheeseburger, and I really just had to buy another cheeseburger, which was $2. And so I got all of that for $2.11. And I still actually have some Starbucks points, so I went ahead and did that. And I was like, okay, this is like a treat yourself without like actually spending day. So that, I think, actually got me into like a better mood, in just knowing that I only had Wednesday left. So this is me reminding myself that cards are not friends. Okay? They're there when you need them, okay? Like, Like, as you can see, like, I am using it. Look how many freaking dots I got. And it's like, okay, it's nice because they're like, hey, buddy, don't worry about it. You don't need the money. I got it for you. But it's like poisonous money. It's like, here, I'll give you a biscuit, but it got some like arsenic in it, and you may or may not live until you need to give them a biscuit back, you know? So, cards are not friends, okay? And that's how I'm really trying to think about this, because I don't know how else to get myself to stop relying on these things. I need to stop doing that. So, yeah, instead of being grateful for being like, oh, hold on, I'll get my card to cover that, I need to be grateful that I was smart enough to save the money. Cards are not friends. Which is why I will not allow myself to do the no cards before that date. Did I cover most of those? Yes, but no. Because it kind of gives like a false impression that I am not using cards when I am, so no. Unless it's paid that day, it's not counted. Okay, so now we move on to Thursday. And Ray went to work early in the morning. We actually got some time whenever he came home from work. So this one, I don't feel guilty. To me, like, yeah, I know I used my Walmart card, even though I had it paid off, but I did use it to get the Walmart points, because, I mean, if you're shopping at Walmart, you might as well get the points while you're there. And, but I knew that I was going to get paid on Friday, so I knew that this was going to be covered. Was it I even got Ray's chicken and he refunded me. So this one does get a no cards. Even though I used a Walmart card, I knew it was going to be paid immediately the next day. I mean, it doesn't go onto your account the next day anyway, so I couldn't even pay it on this day if I wanted to, which made me angry in the first couple of months. But like these ones here, I might have paid them on payday, I might not have. So this is a different mindset than this. And I know some of you are noticing, like, I do keep the scheduler thing, so if this is one of the first videos that you've ever seen of mine, these are like my to-dos for the budget up here. So of course it's no cards, and I do need to pay the Walmart balance, so that was, you know, for Friday, so I did check that off. I keep my budget log down here, which leaves us to this little schedule thing, and this is when I'm in the stores. Anything highlighted in yellow is good. That means I'm working on my budget. If it's not highlighted, that means I was in a store, spending money, or like getting ready to spend money, okay? So that's how I'm using that. And it does kind of give you an idea of like when it's a danger time to be in the stores, because I am more likely to spend from 2 on. And anything from 1 and above, that's when I'm really good with my money. So if I want to focus on paying off debts and stuff, I'm doing it probably right around 9, 10, or 11. So, I mean, that's what I've learned from doing the schedule. And, okay, so we've made it to payday, which is Friday. And I did really get to reflect on what happened in March. Like I said, like January I was doing good. February I kicked butt. I think I kicked butt a little too much in February, and I was kind of like exhausted. It's kind of like exercising too much, and I just kind of broke down in March. So that's why I figure, okay, I'm gonna learn from this first quarter. We are not relying on the cards again. They are not friends. And I did learn from this that I need to keep the extra payment at $200 per month. That's a safe number. I'm not going above it unless I know I absolutely can. And there's no reason to go below it because I know that I could do 200 comfortably. So that's where I got this number from. So that's where this 200's coming from, because again, there's always 4 Sundays in a month, so 50 each Sunday. Okay, what else are we doing? Okay, so my stash and daily savings, those come out automatically, so those are listed. I had to pay back Discover, like I told you, that's what all these check marks are for. So I did at least do that. And again, the Walmart purchases, So that's this guy right here and all of these. So there's still some back there that I do need to take care of. I want to progress a little bit further into April before I do that so I don't cause a freaking meltdown again. No more meltdowns. So probably right around in this week, that's whenever I'm going to be going back and saying, okay, can we do that? And I know it sounds ridiculous, but we're not having a meltdown again. We're going to be safe. And I mean, it's not really costing me anything anyways. Okay, so this is the other agreement that me and Ray have come up with. If you have an adult son in your household, even an adult daughter, I could see that happening. Might actually be worse than what I'm going through here. I'm thinking of the hair clogging the drain. And so basically, Ray is like a tornado when he comes through the house. That boy can dirty up something so fast. And I am somebody who really does like having a house that like nothing's moved in, which being a parent I've had to learn real quickly, it doesn't happen. So to reduce the stress, me and Ray came up with a plan that basically he has 24 hours to get his dirty dishes to the sink, to wash them, to not leave like dirty baking pans that are covered in grease for like 7 days straight. Yeah, guys, like if you do have adult sons, I think you kind of know what I'm talking about. The dirty socks that are thrown in my planning room that smell like he's been wearing them for like 5 days. You know, the things that the Febreze commercials are made for. So, what our agreement is he is given X amount of hours to take care of those things because he should be. But I do understand that life happens, and sometimes baby boy is tired from work, and so mom comes along with her new side gig called Just Like Mom's Housekeeping, where it's just like Mom would have got it for you, but it's $1 per item. This is the best thing I've ever come up with because he's happy that it's taken care of. He's willing to give the $1 for me to pick up his socks and put them in his room. I no longer have to sit and smell them in my planning room now or remind him 100 times until he comes and gets his socks. It's mainly the socks, guys. I could do the dishes. Like but yeah, so there's no more arguing now. So it's like if he gets to it, it's fine. And in one weird way, I'm kind of depressed that he did get to it because it's like, oh man, that could have been $1 going towards my day. So it does make you look at messes in a different way. So yeah, that's the thing that we've been experimenting with in our household, and it's actually going quite well. So yeah, I was able to make that first $51 payment towards Capital One. So it kind of makes up for that one that I skipped. So see, I skipped it, but don't you worry, we got that $50 taken care of, thanks to Ray's messes. And of course, you know, I had to go to Sheets. We had to pick up Easter dinner goods, but Ray's covering Easter this year, so I didn't have to even worry about that. He's even gonna cook it. Mom gets to teach him how to make meatloaf. So we're having a homemade meatloaf and sour cream mashed taters and stuff tomorrow. So Ray's gonna be the chef. I had to get milk and stuff for myself, and of course Bert needed litter. And yeah, guys, that's it. That's where we ended up. Of course, this is tomorrow. I'm not going to film on Easter Sunday, so I went ahead and just made this payment just to get it done with once I saw what I had left after the 51. And yeah, so we got our fourth account for 2023 paid off in full, and I'm really, really excited about this one just because it was killing my motivation. Like in March, I really felt like giving up. The whole New Year's motivation thing, the quick payoffs was gone. That was an actual like financial battle for March. Like the ship was going down. The ship was going down big. But we righted it. We're not sinking. and I feel like we're on the right course again. Because, like I even said, like, I even went ahead and did this. So I'm actually able to visually see, like, this is possible. It's no more like, man, I hope this is possible. It is possible. And, I mean, guys, I already got 1,599 paid off for those accounts. That's not including, like, the other ones that I've been working on. So, I mean, that's kind of cool. That's how I'm waking up Easter Sunday. So that's kind of nice seeing how just even a week can change big time in your budget. And another thing, which I don't think I've been sharing in my videos because I really don't think about it because it is always digital. But let's see here. I made that daily payment. So let's go ahead and get that guy checked off. I think I could do better than that. And let's see how much we got in that savings. For those of you who do have good eyes, yes, I am using play money, copy money, money you use for like in movies and stuff, just because mine are in digital savings accounts. But I figured it would be nice to have a nice visual to see how quickly $5 a day can add up. So let me see here. Yeah, you can still see that in frame. So, as of this payday here, saving $5 a day got me, I have 100, 200, 300, I have 400, I got 450. Let's see, we're going to do this one just for safety here. So, what do I got? 450, 460, 480, 500. I got 520, 525, guys. We are at 525, which I guess that makes sense. 600 minus 75. So, I mean, that's a lot, guys. Like, I really wish I didn't have the debts because this shows me that I can still save. I can save while paying off the debts, but just imagine if I didn't have to pay the debts. Woo-hoo-hoo. Oh man, guys, I could be putting back 1,000. So, if you find it difficult to save money and you're like me 3 years ago where you're like, it's impossible, I can't. I mean, I was even trying to save $50 a month and I couldn't do it. At least I thought I couldn't. And for some reason, the $5 a day thing, it's just easy. And I think it's because I am someone who frequents the drive-thrus often. And I mean, if you go through a drive-thru, you're guaranteed to spend $5. Unless you do the Burger King hack. But, so, I mean, if I could do $5, $5 at Burger King or McDonald's, then there's no reason why I can't put it back for myself. And when I did originally start that savings goal, hence why it's called the daily, I was literally going on and punching the pig. That's what my savings account is called. But you would literally go on and punch the pig every morning and give it $5. And that is how I built the habit up of knowing and getting used to not having that money. So it's kind of like I'm saving now and I don't even feel the bite from it. So I think that's a good place to where I could end this video at. I do greatly appreciate you watching my budget videos. It means a lot to me, and I am really hoping that by the end of the year, I can show you really good things, really good progress here. And like I said, like, it's very hard to find budget videos out there, especially on Instagram and YouTube, that show like real budgeting. A lot of the times, it's like perfection. Like, these guys don't make a mistake at all. And it makes you, at least for me, it made me feel like I was failing somehow. Like I'm doing something extremely wrong, which of course I was. Which is, I mean, you know, you're going to make mistakes. And I think that's why it's important to me to share my payoff journey with yins. Just because I do want yins to know that, like, mistakes are normal. Mistakes are going to happen. And the trick to this journey is learning from your mistakes and not repeating them. Because I mean, God, if I could show you videos that I made like 3 years ago, I could go back through and look at my budgeting and just be like, girl, like, oh, I wouldn't do that. But I had to make that mistake to learn not to do that. I guess I'm somebody who learns from bad decisions. So, like, I am really hoping, like, I know for sure by June, like, it's gonna be like, guys, look, we're doing this, okay? So, Discover's the big boy. But I'm thinking together with the accountability that I get through these reviews, um, this is going to happen. So I'm feeling way different about my budgeting skills for 2023 than I even did for 2020, 2021, 2022. So I kind of wish I had these skills then. But again, I mean, you got to live it. You got to make those mistakes and you got to learn. So that is a good place to end this video. And I'm wishing you all a wonderful, peaceful Easter. If you don't celebrate Easter, I'm wishing you a wonderful Sunday, okay? Like, just have a great day, guys. Relax, enjoy the day, spend time with your family, and just, thank you again so much. I do appreciate you watching my videos. And if you want to see more of my budget reviews, please remember to hit that like and subscribe button to see more videos.